serving the Republic of the Philippines for more than 75 years. Ito po ang Presidential Broadcast Service.
Headlines ngayon, sports news, magazine, celebrity, entertainment, interviews, music, and more. All in one. All in one. Dadalhin sa inyo ng mas pinaganda, mas komprehensibo, mas malaman. Radyo Pilipinas 2, 918 AM.
Ang mga pahayag, komento, pananaw o opinyon ng anchor at mga panauhin mula sa programang ito ay hindi opisyal o personal na pahayag, pananaw o opinyon ng himpilang ito ng Philippine Broadcasting Service, Bureau of Broadcast Services, PBS-BBS. Hindi rin ito kumakatawan sa mga polisiya at regulasyon ng ahensya at sa mga kawani ng PBS-BBS.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another special Saturday edition of Sports Lockdown sa Radio Pilipinas 2. And we're live here in the studio.
Sa wakas, for how many weeks we're not here?
Oo, grabe.
Oh, medyo busy. I'm glad that we are here together once. Good afternoon sa lahat ng mga nanonood at nakikinig ng Sports Lockdown.
Ano yung sarap bumalik dito sa studio. Ibang klase pag nasa studio ka talaga eh. Dahil iba yung feel, di ba? Parang feeling mo legit ka broadcaster. Di ba? Parang itsura eh. Pero anyway, sobra kaming busy ni Friday. Si Friday, nakailang linggo kang wala, parati kang nasa aquathlon, surfing. Yeah. Tapos ako naman nasa FIBA. Talaga namang... Pero hindi pa ho tapos ang FIBA. Ayan o, kita nyo, Laban Pilipinas. Hindi pa ho tapos ang FIBA. Grabe ang...
Later on, playing for the third or the bronze?
Hindi, bukas pa.
Bukas?
Oo, bukas pa yun ang game. Walang game ngayon.
Oh, ganun ba yun?
Oo.
Bukas.
Bukas. First game is the
USA,
battle for third.
USA-Canada.
Oh, USA-Canada. And the
much
the main event will be Germany versus Serbia. Grabe upset. Ang daming upset na nangyari kasi hindi sukat akalain ng marami na yung pala ang mga papasok at yung mga hindi naman sukat akalain na papasok, yun yung pumasok.
Unexpected.
Diba? Tapos ngayon, a lot of people the whole world is expecting that USA will be in the finals. Pero, nakakagulat na sila mismo. Even Canada, hindi mo makausap.
Hindi mo rin makausap.
Hindi makausap kahapon dun sa mix zone. Can I have a short... wala, dead talagang... Siyempre,
unexpected eh.
Saka being in the being there, first hand, nakita ko yung ambience sabi ko, ibang klase tong... We've seen SEA Games, di ba? Yes. Nakapag SEA Games tayo, nakapag, what do you call this? Ikaw, nakapag triathlon competition ka.
Of course, the VNL too, the Volleyball Nations League.
Ibang klase yung setup ng competition, yung preparation ng event. But this one is massive. As in, technical-wise, tapos yung, what do you call this? Yung preparation, yung setup. Grabe, Fry, yung mga ganito, yung mga aparatos nila. Kasi sa ako na-assign. Sa media ako na-assign FIBA Media. Ang kasama ko puro mga Espanyol. Buti na lang kababayan ko sila. Di ba? Taga-Espanya ako lumaki ako sa Espanya, Manila. Di ba? Pero, kidding aside, Friday, grabe yung kasi even the sound system, they were not leased here or rented here. Yung nakita mo, yung nakita natin na light, ikaw nagpunta ka ng opening at saka nanood ka sa Araneta, 'di ba? Makikita mo yung mga ilaw na gumaganon sa halftime, sa hindi lahat, hindi galing dito 'yon. Lahat 'yon sa abroad. Plus, all the equipment, the broadcast equipment, lahat yun galing sa abroad. Siguro, yung mga OB van, yung ibang mga...
Source locally.
Oo. Pero, yung mga mixers, ang bibigat, Fry, talaga ibinababa namin. Doon mo makikita na it's really a world-class event. Yun ngang sabi nga yung broadcast team na nag-broadcast sa FIBA was the one who did the basketball event in the Olympics in Tokyo.
In Tokyo.
Ganon sila katindi. Kaya hindi ho gawang biro ang FIBA World Cup. We just experienced an Olympic type or a world-class type of setup or broadcast. Makikita nyo, ngayon ko lang nalaman, Fry, yung game experience.
Okay.
Super feed. Yung super feed, yung makikita nyo galing sa dugout or galing sa parking area yung player. Naka-Amerikana pa, bababa ng sasakyan nila. Tapos papasok sa dugout or dun sa hallway.
Yeah.
Tapos, paglabas nakabihis na. O kaya pagkatapos nung halftime, papasok sila sa dugout, 'di ba? Yun ang super feed pala tawag doon. Kasi ang pangkuha doon, Fry,
may cameraman sila.
Hindi camera na Kasi hindi may edit agad 'yun eh. Cellphone.
Ooh,
iPhone. Tapos yung iPhone niya may nakakabit na mga gadgets. Tapos yung may huhugutin doon na kasi habang nagko-commercial, ini-edit 'yun eh.
Okay.
So halimbawa, ikaw kukuha ka halimbawa doon sa kabilang dugout. Ako, kukuha ko sa isang kabilang dugout.
So,
yung isa kukuha sa parking area, yung isa kukuha doon sa kabilang area. Lahat nung yung tawag doon, memory card noon, dadalhin yun doon sa editing area. Tapos, habang nagko-commercial, ine-edit yon. Pagkatapos ng commercial, minutes after, saka ilalabas yung super feed. Ganon siya katindi. Tsaka yung game experience. Yung game experience yung nakikita natin doon sa Cube. Di ba? Sa Araneta, di ba? Kiss cam.
Yes.
O kaya yung
DJ.
Clap.
Yeah.
O kaya yung wave. Di ba? Yun ang game experience. Ang dami ko natutunan doon, Fry. Talaga masasabi ko na nung una talagang nosebleed ako. Sabi ko, ano to? Atong game experience, sabi ko, wala akong alam dito. Alam ko mag-experience ng game, pero
iba pala yung iba yung term na doon. Pati
yung word na winch. Winch. Nakalagay doon sa mapa ko. May court kasi doon, di ba? Yung court. Set up namin. Kailangan ko ng platform para sa winch. Sabi ko, ano tong winch? Tapos nung dumating yung tao para doon sa winch, Monty, where will I put the pulley from the winch? Sabi ko, pulley for what? For the aerocam.
Oh, that's the one moving on top of the court.
Yung palang winch.
Yeah.
Yung pala yung platform, yung pagpapatungan, yung aerocam, may 4 na points yun eh. Yung 4 na points, doon nakakabit yung pulley. Yung winch, yun yung kable. Nandun sa baba, tapos nakaangat doon sa tuktok ng Coliseum yung 4 na points na kung saan
yung camera,
iikot yung aerocam na kailangan secured. Hindi pwedeng matamaan ng tao, kasi babagsak. Para siyang wired drone. Kaya pag nakita nyo, nagbababa ng bola halimbawa si Team USA, sumusunod sa ibabaw yung bird's eye view, yun po yung aerocam. And grabe Friday. Talaga sabi ko, overwhelmed na, nakaka-overwhelmed. Kasi, ang daming staff. 200 plus.
And that's arena alone.
That's arena alone.
Yes.
Iba pa yung Araneta. Araneta is pinakamatagal na setup. Tapos, ngayon, MOA Arena. Nakita nga ni Friday na nagpunta kami sinamahan kami ni Friday na nilibang namin yung mga bago sila mag-uwian. Kami yung tourist guide ni Friday.
So, tuwang-tuwa sila sa Fort Bonifacio. Fort Santiago.
Fort Santiago at saka sa pagkain.
Yes.
Anyway, ang guest natin ngayon, speaking of FIBA, ang guest natin, kilala sa larangan ng basketball. At saka, ito, authority to when it comes to basketball. Since FIBA pinag-uusapan natin, tanungin natin dito sa eksperto na to, kung ano yung pananaw niya sa nangyayari at sa patapos na FIBA World Cup. Kasi, in our point of view, in the broadcasting area, nakita natin, 'di ba? Pero doon sa mismong essence ng FIBA World Cup, ito ang dapat natin tanungin. Number one ang gusto kong tanungin ano yung mga niya, ano yung mga point of view niya or mga views niya about natalo yung ganitong team, pumasok yung ganitong team, tapos ano yung expectation niya, na nakuha ba yung expectation niya, nangyari ba, or may upset ba? Mm-hmm. At saka, syempre, ano yung naitulong ng FIBA World Cup sa pag-host natin dito sa Pilipinas? Kasi, ang laki, hindi gawang biro, Friday ang laki ng ginastos. Pero syempre, ano yung balik? Ano yung nakikita niyang benefit ng Pilipinas? So, huwag na natin paghintayin. Ito aking idol. Siyempre, San Beda Red Lions. Hindi ako papayag na...
Mas matanda ka ba dyan?
Oo, mas matanda ako. Ahead ako dito. Tawagin na natin, walang iba, ang dating assistant coach ng Smart Gilas at ngayon ay team manager ng San Beda University Red Lions, si Coach Jude Roque. Hi, Coach Jude!
Nandito na pala siya.
Naku,
hi!
Ba't ka nakalasal?
Brother Monty. Well, naimbita kasi tayo manood ng Team Lithuania.
Kaya.
Yung classification game mamaya, na-meet natin yung kanilang Secretary General at meron kami nilulutong project. So, support muna sa Team Lithuania
kaya
tonight. Kaya
naka-green si Sir.
Ayun. Akala ko lasal na yan.
Bati muna kayo, Mr. Jude.
Bati ka muna, Coach.
Hi, Friday.
Hello.
Hi, Brother Monty. At sa lahat na nakikinig. Magandang hapon sa inyo.
Ayun. So, Coach, ang ganda ng pag-uusapan natin kasi, of course, tungkol sa basketball at saka sa FIBA. And you being a part of the former Gilas, talagang exposed ka, lalong-lalo na sa ganito kalaking basketball event. Pero Coach, sa laki nitong FIBA World Cup, we are like having the Olympics of basketball here in the country. Were you expecting it like this big? When MVP and SBP were still planning about it, did you oversee it na ganito na talaga siya kalaki?
Oo, in-expect natin na talaga malaki kasi nga Basketball World Cup ito. It's the biggest event of FIBA. But siguro ang hindi ko na-expect yung how it turned out, how magnificent the event is actually, to be able to experience it live, ibang klase, I have been in Spain in 2014 dun sa World Cup and also in China in 2019, pero ibang-iba yung experience dito sa Manila everything is just better, so much better.
In what way it is
Cup,
better?
Dito sa atin.
In what way it is better from what you have experienced from the last time?
Everything Friday. I don't know. It's just a lot more exciting. Lalo na pag nanonood ka ng live sa game. Parang ang daming. It's not just the game. It's everything else. In
para
the Coliseum.
Coach?
It's entertaining. Yun mga binanggit kanina ni Monty. Totoo lahat yun Grabe yung preparasyon dito sa World Cup na to na I was really amazed kasi hindi naman ganito yung experience namin nung sa Spain or doon sa China nung huli. Iba Iba talaga, napakahusay nung pagkakagawa nung event na ito.
Was this,
dito sa atin.
Coach, was this the biggest ever? Kasi, speaking of the previous World Cup, ngayon we have three venues. We have Jakarta, we have Osaka, Okinawa, and Philippines. And in Philippines alone, we have 3 venues. So lumalabas 5 court.
Yes. I think so. I'm not sure about if it's the biggest, but it's one of the biggest kasi nung nasa Spain para meron 3 venues eh. I remember yung Gilas kasi was in Seville, not in Madrid. Tapos meron din sa Barcelona, but eto nga 3 bansa, no? So yeah, it's probably the biggest, plus yung record nung opening, di ba?
32,000.
Kakaiba rin yun.
38?
Yes.
38? Yeah, 38. Oo, 38,100. At kasama ka doon, part ka noon Friday.
So,
So, talagang iba.
32 qualified teams to bag the FIBA World Cup, right? So, anong masasabi mo so far sa outcome? Unexpected outcome, actually.
Well, marami ding surprises no dito sa naging mga natirang teams, no. Of course, big surprise na siguro na hindi pumasok sa final yung USA.
Yes.
Pero yung Serbia talagang isa sa powerhouse yan eh. Ang isa pang surprising din yung Spain, 'di ba, na hindi pumasok. Hindi pumasok ng quarterfinals. So defending champion 'yun. So maraming mga nakakagulat, no. Even yung Lithuania, we expected them to be playing in the semis, pero hindi rin pumasok, no. So itong Germany at Canada, sila yung parang overachievers in this particular World Cup. Kasi sila yung hindi inaasahan na aabot ng
finals,
ng medal round. Yes.
Tama ba yung pagkakabasa ko na it was like 39 years before makapasok ulit sa World Cup finals ang Germany? I think 39 years.
Yeah, probably, no? Kasi hindi naman sila, they have always been a strong national team, pero hindi sila madalas nasa top. So yeah, that's probably true na ngayon lang sila uli pumasok ng finals.
Pero coach,
kasi ang
ikaw
Germany
ba
magaling sa yan eh. Sa football kilala yan eh, hindi naman sa basketball. Although they've had their share of NBA players.
Ikaw ba, coach, meron kang particular favorite? Like nung pumasok na ang yung 32 teams, 32 teams, ikaw ba meron kang specific favorite?
Yes.
Or sa tingin mo na ito ang gusto kong makapasok sa finals at manalo ng World Cup?
Siyempre given na USA, coach, di ba?
Hindi, tsaka Philippines.
Oo.
Maliban sa Philippines, of course.
Well, I was really hoping na lumayo yung Canada. Kasi may mga kaibigan tayo na nasa team ng Canada. So, we have been in contact and I was really hoping na makapunta sila dito sa Manila, 'di ba? Dahil galing sila ng Okinawa. So, when they finally did, I was very happy and I was hoping aabot sila ng final game. Pero okay na rin. Semifinals,
yes.
'di ba? And they're playing for third place. Okay na rin yun. Malaking achievement na for Team Canada yun.
Yes.
Yung bang coach, yung bang katulad nito, talagang sabi nga natin this will put a milestone in our Philippine basketball as a sport here in the Philippines, because para tayong para tayong kumbaga sa Brazil, tayo yung ng Brazil, para tayong Brazil pero basketball. Tayo yun 'Di ba? Katulad nung sabi mo nga, in other countries like Spain, hindi siya ganun kalaki. Pero pagdating dito sa Pilipinas, ganun siya kalaki kasi nga
Basketball
kahit saan ka pumuntang barangay, coach, minsan sa isang barangay, 3 court.
Correct.
Diba? The same as football sa ibang bansa.
Yeah.
Diba?
Correct. Yes. Kaya dapat lang naman na dito gawin ang World Cup, no? Although siguro matatagalan na bago maulit ito. But yes, I mean, alam naman ng lahat ng buong mundo kung gaano kamahal ng Pilipino yung laro ng basketball. Kung kaya naman although it took a lot of sacrifices para maigawa yung ating hosting dito, but I think sulit na sulit. At sa tingin ko naman we gained a lot of respect from the rest of the world.
Exactly.
At mula sa FIBA dito sa very successful na hosting ng World Cup.
Actually, coach, insider lang ha. Ito, narinig ko kasi doon sa mga foreign I've been working with the FIBA media. Karamihan sa kanila mga taga Spain, mga taga Portugal.
First timer here.
And they're the ones sila yung broadcast team ng Olympics, ng World Cup football, ng anything about FIFA. Like, sabi niya, bakit ngayon lang daw naisipan ng Pilipinas na mag-host ng World Cup? Dapat noong pa raw. Because of how it was organized and how it was brought to the world. Iba daw talaga ang sabi nung mga naririnig ko doon. Sabi niya, we've hosted the Olympics, but this one is massive, especially nung narinig na nilang dumadagundong yung buong arena. They were having goosebumps kasi hindi nila sukat akalain na ganun kalaki ang basketball sa Pilipinas.
Yes, Monty, well, unang-una, hindi naman siguro sa ayaw natin i-host before, but napaka daming kailangan kasi. Maraming requirements at syempre napakagastos din ng pag-host. Oo, kasi syempre buong mundo ito napakalaking event nito So yung pag-host natin ngayon matagal pinaghandaan din ng SBP at ni Chairman MVP. Kaya naman siguro ganito yung naging resulta dahil matagal matagal pinaghandaan at sinigurado na magiging maayos ang hosting.
Kumbaga, coach, parang sinasabi mo na hinog na para tayo ay mag-host.
Yes. No, I think dati pa naman nasa isip ng SBP noon, mga namumuno sa SBP, but they waited for the right time that they're ready to do it kasi syempre ayaw natin mapahiya. We were able to host before but smaller events, kagaya ng Asian Championship. Diba, yung mga club championships, we were able to host that para at least medyo matesting muna natin yung ating capability. Pero yung World Cup kasi ibang usapan na yun So we waited for that right moment to be sure that we're capable of hosting.
We were able to stage it back 1970s.
Oo, pero syempre hindi siya ganun kalaki.
Hindi ganun. Pero ngayon kasi iba yung ibang usapan to ibang levels to So makikita mo yung difference from way back 70s to now.
At saka iba ang level ng laro. Iba rin ang popularity ng laro. Kasi before, popular siya, pero hindi siya ganito kalaki. 'Di ba? Na kahit mga bata, makikita mo talaga mga bata naka-jersey, I know a lot of parents brought their whole family in. Parang coach, parang outing sa Philippine Arena when I saw them in the opening ceremony, 'di ba? Fry sa labas. Doon sa pavilion when I met you, and then people around, even other countries came. Like, 'di ba? Mga taga Dominican Republic were cheering, mga taga Angola, May ano pa, 'di ba? May isang super fan ng Toronto Raptors pumunta talaga. Yung
yes.
Indian guy na naka-Canada.
Oo.
So it was really
marami. Actually, maraming mga personalities tayong nakita, no, na yan nakakatuwa na pumunta talaga sila rito to witness the World Cup.
Pero ito, coach, matanong ko, since yung napag-uusapan na natin yung laki at saka yung ng World Cup sa atin, yung benefit nun. Kasi ang laking pera di ba? Ang laking hindi gawang biro It's not even I've seen SEA Games. We've been a part of Southeast Asian Games. Malaking event. 11 countries. Pero ito, coach, basketball, 32 countries, ang laki ng ginastos. Sa tingin mo, maliban of course sa tourism, ano sa tingin mo nakikita mong benefit dito ng Philippine basketball as a sport and as a country who loves basketball so much? And of course, sa mga katulad ninyong coaches, team managers, collegiate teams, and so on and so forth.
Well, ang pinakamalaking benefit nitong hosting natin talaga is sa mga Filipino fans to be able to experience na nandito yung mga pinakamahuhusay na manlalaro sa buong mundo at makita natin in the flesh na naglalaro. I think yun yung inisip ng SBP at nila Chairman MVP, yung fans. Inisip nila yung kapakanan ng fans because iba yung napapanood mo ng live iba yung nakikita mo lahat ng kagandahan ng laro at kung gaano kahusay yung mga ibang manlalaro at yun kung paano sila maglaro. Iba na nakikita mo ng live kaysa sa nanonood ka lang sa television.
TV, yes.
Oo. So itong event na to ginawa talaga to para sa fans Of course, may mga ibang benepisyo like yun na nga, na-gain natin yung respect ng ibang bansa at ng FIBA mismo.
Oo.
At I think iba ang tingin nila sa atin ngayon, no? Kung gaano natin kamahal yung laro. So, siguro yun mga ibang bansa hindi sila ganun ka-aware before, naririnig nila, but now
na-experience nila.
Na-experience mismo nila kung gaano kalaki yung laro dito. So
oo nga, ibang klase talaga, Fry. Ako...
And when you hear the players being interviewed about how do you find the basketball fans in the Philippines, and then talagang hindi sila makapagsalita because talagang overwhelmed daw talaga yung response.
At saka, coach, ito yung ito napansin ko rin I don't know if you'll agree with me, but we have showcased the talent of Filipinos in the world.
Oh, yes.
Especially when Gilas was there playing, though hindi maganda yung naging record natin, pero our team played so well and sumabay, like 'di ba, nakita mo naman yung first game, Dominican Republic, almost 'di ba, dikit na dikit.
Yes.
Lumayo lang si Dominican Republic when Jordan Clarkson fouled out, pero imagine kung hindi, di baka nanginig sa takot ang Dominican Republic. So napakita natin kung, teka lang, hindi kami basta-basta. Hindi po, dati kasi, Pilipino, sige, maliliit kayo. Ngayon, hindi.
Tama, Monty. Actually, hindi lang naman yung Dominican Republic, pati yung Italy na pumasok sa quarterfinals and they actually beat Serbia.
Yes.
And Serbia is playing in the final game, di ba? So hindi masama yung pinakita natin. No, we competed.
Yeah.
Despite the many challenges that we faced, it was a very respectable performance. Of course, hindi tayo nakakuha ng panalo dun sa elimination round, pero ganun pa man, I think we performed pretty well.
Oo, kasi coach, iba yung level na nakikita natin ng mga players na we see them in PBA or in the Asian League or in other competitions such as sa FIBA Asia. Pero ikaw, Fry, nung makita mo maglaro yung Gilas natin, ibang klase.
Oo eh.
Diba? They really,
yes.
they really, especially, ito, special mention, Renz Abando. 'Di ba? Sabi ko nga the new Tapal King. 'Di ba? Yeah, it's siya na yung siya yung nakikita kong bagong Philip Cesar.
Yung niya on the third quarter na yon ng game na yon.
And ang sorry for the word, coach, alam mo naman, layman's language tayo sa basketball. Kung sino yung mga binubutata niya doon, mga NBA players yun, ha, hindi gawang biro yun. And they really stepped up. Kaya hats off talaga. It's not about ang sama ng programa, tsaka naririnig natin, binabash sila. No, we saw them live and they really played their hearts out for the country.
Yes, they did. And malaki rin ang sakripisyo ng bawat miyembro ng Gilas team, lalong-lalo na yung coaches, no? So hats off to the entire Gilas team. Great performance. So even if we didn't win in the elimination round, but we got that big win against China. China is ranked so much higher than us.
Yeah.
But we were able to beat them convincingly. So that in itself is a great achievement. Pero marami din naman learnings, no. I'm sure we can still improve in the next World Cups.
Tsaka, coach, ako, just being there in the World Cup, napakalaking na nun. Malaking na yun. Hindi madali makapasok sa World Cup. Yung pinagdaanan ng Gilas at ng programa, butas ng karayom yung pinagdaanan. Hindi hugaw ang biro yung nandun dahil tayo host, kaya tayo nandun. Hindi ho tayo kaya nag-host dahil tayo yung nandun tayo kaya tayo nag-host. Hindi po. May sistema ho ang FIBA na hindi ka basta-basta makaka-qualify ng World Cup. Yung hung sistema na yun pinagdaanan ho ng Gilas yun at hindi ho napakadali nun. Pero anyway, coach, sarap ng kwentuhan natin. Pero bago tayo magpatuloy, coach, we'll just pause for a short break and we'll be right back in a few minutes. Don't go away.
Time to celebrate kulturang Pinoy. Tradisyon, musika, sining, literatura at iba pa. Anything and everything fun and Filipino. Ito ang Pinoy Kultura.
May nagwawala sa labas?
No, that's actually something I haven't heard for the longest time. That's someone trying to run for home in Shatong.
Shatong? Ano yan?
It's a Filipino game na nilalaro namin noon when gadgets and laptops weren't a thing yet. It's quite fun.
Di nga, paano siya nilalaro?
Well, Shatong is a Filipino traditional game that makes use of two rattan sticks. One long and the other short. The longer stick serves as the bat, while the shorter one serves as the hit. Like baseball, it has two teams.
So there's a pitcher since parang baseball siya?
Walang pitcher though kasi the one who will hit is the one who serves. And the other team will be scattered around the makeshift field, which normally would just be the street outside the house or a basketball court. But just like baseball made 3 marked bases that the hitter has to run through all the way to home base while shouting, "Shatong!" Yeah, shouting Shatong is a fun part and it's what you just heard earlier.
Yay! Parang gusto ko itry ang Shatong na yan ah. Tara, sali tayo sa kanila. Shatong!
Namimiss niyo ba ang traditional games ng Pinoy? Relive and play them again with your children so they can experience what you did back then. Bond as a family with our much-loved Pinoy games.
Yan ang Pinoy Kultura because our culture is cool.
Radyo Pilipinas 2, 918 AM.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're still here with our good friend, Coach Jude Roque of the San Beda Red Lions team manager. So, Coach, mabalik tayo dun sa ating pinag-uusapan. Pero basketball pa rin, syempre. Ano ba ang nakikita mo sa future nitong ating Philippine basketball? Ngayon, bukas na matatapos ang FIBA World Cup. May ine-expect ka ba? Like katulad nito, Asian Games. Do you think that marami tayong natutunan this World Cup na pwede nating i-adapt dito sa coming Asian Games in like less than 20 days, Coach, and in the future basketball events that will be going?
Yes, for sure. No, syempre marami tayong nakitang areas for improvement ng team. Sama-sama na yan kung anong mix ng players ang kailangan natin. And I'm sure yung coaches nag-uusap yan, and nagkaroon din sila ng idea on how to better approach yung coming Asian Games, no? Syempre na-scout din nila kahit papaano yung ibang Asian teams na nandito, kagaya ng Iran, ng Japan, ng Lebanon. So
Angola ba kasama?
Makakatulong din 'yon.
Angola ba
Asian
kasama?
Games
Hindi kasama.
Hindi. So makakatulong sa preparasyon nila 'yon. Kaya lang syempre big challenge yung 2 weeks 2 weeks na lang kasi Asian Games na. So, wala ka rin masyadong adjustments na marami na pwedeng gawin, no, given the limited time. Pero makakatulong. But for the future campaigns ng Philippine team, I'm sure maraming pwedeng gawing adjustments to better prepare for the World Cup and other international tournaments.
Saan ba ang next World Cup, Coach? Germany?
The next World Cup? I'm not sure I'm not sure.
Parang Germany yata yung nakita ko.
Probably ibang continent naman. So baka nga sa Europe naman kasi galing from Spain, naging China, tapos Asia na naman
Oo.
So baka bumalik ng Europe yan.
Kasi merong isang press conference si Pau Gasol, may nakalagay World Ambassador, tapos Germany World Cup. Parang doon yata. Anyway.
Oh, yes, probably.
Malalaman natin yan. Pero, Coach, ito, pero Coach, congratulations talaga sa, alam ko, MVP group and SBP did a lot of talagang dugo at pawis ang talagang inano nila dyan, pinuhunan nila dyan. And I've seen how people work. I've seen familiar faces from the Southeast Asian Games, volleyball, tournaments. Nakita ko talaga, nagsama-sama ho ang Pinoy para lang ipakita sa ating mga ating mga kaibigan sa buong mundo na kaya ho nating mag-host ng FIBA World Cup. And hats off po sa lahat ng bumubuo ng organizing committee, from the local organizing committee ng World Cup, of course MVP Sports, MVP Group of Companies, lahat ng tumulong, pati Philippine Olympic Committee, Philippine Sports Commission, and of course sa inyong coach, sa lahat ng mga basketball enthusiasts and lahat ng mga coaches na nagbigay ng kanilang mga Coach, thank you so much Pero hindi pa tayo tapos. May itatanong pa ako. Siyempre, FIBA, napakalaki nun. Puntahan naman natin yung ating alma mater. Siyempre, San Beda. Ano tong balita na mukhang gumanda yung ating season ngayon dahil nasa atin na ang tinaguriang Mr. 100%, kundi si Coach Norman Black, ang former best import ng Philippine Basketball Association. Coach.
Yes, totoo yun. Si Coach Norman ay tumutulong sa atin sa Red Lions bilang consultant. Pero ang kanyang main focus is the development of our bigs. No, yung mga big man natin, yung centers and yung power forwards natin, kasi magaling si Coach Norman mag-develop ng mga bigs. So that's his main focus sa ating team. Pero syempre yung kanyang experience and he's a very accomplished coach. Of course, 5-time champion yan sa collegiate ranks.
Oo naman.
Kaya makakatulong din talaga yung mga inputs niya bilang successful coach sa collegiate at maging sa professional ranks. Maraming championships din na napanalo niya. So, I'm sure yung knowledge niya maibabahagi niya dun sa ating mga coaches.
Ano ba ang mga sorry pero unahin ko na yung sports lockdown sa mga Marites about nangyayari sa sa loob ng San Beda. Ano na ba yung mga kumusta na ang practice ng team? Malapit na opening, coach, di ba?
Yes, ang opening ng NCAA ay sa September 24. At syempre tayo ay naghahanda, kagaya din naman ng mga ibang schools. In fact, this week lang we've had 2 tune-up games, no, which were both very good games. So we won one, we lost one, but parehong maganda naman yung game. So it's a great preparation for our team. Kasi nga napakalapit na. Pero ang season na to, Monty, maganda. Maraming mga teams na malakas. So, hindi lang kagaya dati na may 2, may 3 team na malakas. Ngayon siguro hanggang 6 ang mako-consider natin na contender. Oo, kaya magandang manood ng NCAA ngayon.
Kahit naman noon, coach, masarap din manood ng NCAA. Hindi pa ganun kalalakas ang team, pero ngayon kasi talagang with your with what's happening in the NCAA, and the players are all leveling up. Plus the programs of the different schools are really level up na rin eh. 'Di ba?
That's right.
Isa pa sa gusto kong tanungin, coach, matagal-tagal na rin wala sa atin ng kampyonato. Hindi pa napapalapit ng konti sa Mendiola. Nasa Intramuros last year, 'di ba? Yes. Ano ba sa tingin mo ang maibabalik ba natin sa sa Mendiola ang trophy?
Well, of course, tayo naman, we're always competitive, no? We try to build a competitive team. Pero sabi ko nga sa iyo kanina, napakaraming contenders this year, no, na it's not easy to predict na kung sino ang magkakampiyon, no? I guess sa dulo kung sino yun mas gusto, no? But I can assure you that yung team natin is determined. We're preparing hard, we work hard as always. So ando naman tayo. I think we have a chance. But yun nga lang, talagang marami din na malalakas na kalaban this season.
Actually, Fry, sa NCAA, ang San Beda ang isa sa mga ever since sa history ng San Beda basketball. Ang San Beda ang isa sa pinakamalakas na team sa history ng NCAA. Kaya nga ang dami that they're all ganging up on San Beda. And now, sabi nga ni coach na mas marami-rami na ngayon. Dati kasi kukunti lang dominated lang ng ilan. Pero ngayon kasi iba na yung playing field. Medyo nagle-level up na rin yung iba. Kaya sabi nga ni coach talagang very exciting na manood ng games ngayon dahil kumbaga sabi nga ni coach pantay na ang labanan sa NCAA.
And what are your preparations, Coach Jude? Kung kumaga, alam mo na yung ganito yung competition from among all other teams, kamusta ang preparasyon nyo ngayon?
I think okay naman yung preparasyon namin. 2 weeks ago, nasa US kami. We did our annual training camp. So nakatulong din yun dahil mahusay din yung nakuha namin na skills coach sa US, and then nagkaroon kami ng mga tune-up games doon, kalaban yung mga US teams. So naging maganda naman. We won 2 games out of 5.
Not bad.
And then maganda rin naman yung naging banding ng team, no? I guess makakatulong din sa amin. So I think in terms of preparation, we're doing okay.
Coach, sorry, Fry. Kasi San Beda ang nag-pioneer ng yung
collegiate.
Hindi yung exchange student, yung import.
Okay.
Sa amin nag-umpisa yun eh.
Okay.
Because of Sam Ekwe, 'di ba, coach? Si Sam Ekwe yung una. Tapos nakuha na ng ibang universities and colleges. Sa tingin mo, coach, yung ganong getting an import or effective pa rin? Kumbaga, ano pa rin ba? Nakakapagpalakas pa rin ba ng team yung ganun? O hindi na? Parang pantay na lang ngayon dahil yung skill level ng mga locals or homegrown pareho na rin?
I think syempre nakakapagpalakas ng team. Walang duda doon. And overall, I think nakakatulong din na merong foreign player because nasasanay tayo na makipaglaro sa mga malalaking players at mga athletic na players. Kasi kagaya niyan, nandito tayo sa World Cup, nakita naman natin lahat ng mga teams, malalaki, mga athletic.
Tsaka may mga naturalized may mga naturalized players sila.
Correct, di ba? All teams, kahit yung malalakas na team, meron naturalized players. Ibig sabihin nun, ganun nakataas yung antas ng laro na kailangan din natin sumabay. Because kung hindi tayo nagkaroon ng mga foreign players before, maninibago yung ating team pagka kalaro ang mga ibang bansa.
Or maiiwanan ka, coach?
Maiiwanan tayo, yes. Kailangan din natin sumabay doon Dahil I remember nung Gilas 1.0, I was assistant coach. First time namin pumunta ng Serbia. At lahat ng kalaban namin malalaki. So, nagulat kami. And then, ang gagaling nila mag-screens. Yung malalaking players nila, lahat tumi 3 points. So, I mean, kung tayo mananatili lang sa alam natin laro at di tayo nasasanay na may kalarong ganun kataas yung skills at malalaki, may iwan talaga tayo. So, ang nangyari, nung mga unang punta natin sa Serbia, tambak palagi yung ating team. 30, 20 plus. Pero as we go along, nag-i-improve gumaganda. Until eventually, natatalo tayo, 7 points na lang. And then later on, nakakakuha tayo ng panalo. Hindi ba? So, nakakatulong yun
So, malaking bagay. Kung ano yung ginagawa nila doon, dapat sabayan din natin.
Pero kanina, kasi nabanggit ni Coach, di ba? Yung regular practice, regular training with each other will show how gel you are, di ba, Coach? Nakakatulong.
Yes.
So, with that, gaano ka-gel na yung team mo ngayon? Kasi syempre, di ba, may mga bagong players ka, di ba?
Yes.
So, how can you say that your players right now will perform better than, the previous?
Well, ilan ba bago natin, Coach?
Ngayon, ang bago natin, we have 5 in the team.
Okay.
So I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, we're probably right now around 7.5. So tinatrabaho pa natin ng konti because yun mga bago natin, hindi naman din sila matagal pa natin nakasama, no? Parang a few months pa lang.
Okay.
No, plus some of our veteran players are also adjusting to their new roles. Diba? Dahil dati backup lang sila. Now they're asked to do more. So it's also an adjustment period para sa team natin. But I think nakatulong. We prepared early Ang dami na natin nasalihan tournaments So medyo nakatulong yun dun sa ating preparedness, I would say.
What's your other option, Coach? You just had completed a 2-week, tama ba? 2-week camp, diba?
Yes.
What are your other options that ma-expose yung players mo to up their game? Aside from being in their international camp na ganyan.
Well, joining competitive tournaments will help a lot. Actually, this year, sumali rin kami sa PBA D-League. Nakatulong din yun. No? Nag-second place kami doon. And then, sumali kami sa isang sa Asia Basket Tournament na ginawa sa Kuala Lumpur.
Okay.
Second place din kami doon. No? So, nakakatulong.
Nawala siya.
Wala.
Ayun. Ay, sorry. Yeah, may tumawag Yeah, sorry.
Ayan. So, nakakatulong yon. So, Coach, yung mga ganun
Yes. Yes, so nakarami din kami ng tournaments to prepare for the NCAA.
Lapit na, September 24.
So that's
yes.
2 weeks.
More than
2 weeks, yes. 2 weeks na lang.
Sino ang host ngayon, Coach?
Jose Rizal University.
Sa
JRU.
Sa Show Boulevard.
Oo. Pero Coach, kunyari ganyan, ito, 2 weeks na wala yung mga players, di ba? To do that camp. Paano yung school nila? Di ba they have to balance that?
Yes. Well, nung pumunta kami ng US, it was just the beginning of the school year naman. So, nagpa-excuse kami for 2 weeks. Pero actually, we planned the trip kasi during the SEM break. Ang problema lang, nagkaroon ng konting aberya doon sa pagkuha ng visas. No? Kasi ang haba ng pila eh.
Tama.
So we actually planned to go to the States around July eh.
Okay.
Bakasyon pa dapat yun eh. Kaya lang na-push, no? Dahil late lumabas yung visas. Kaya tuloy tinamaan yung first week ng klase. Yung 1 week lang naman. We missed 1 week of classes.
Pero yung ganyan, Coach, adjusted naman ang administration ng school pagdating sa academics ng mga ating mga players, 'di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng pabayaan yun, 'di ba?
Oo, syempre, bago kami bumiyahe, we made sure na meron kaming clearance to travel para at least aware din yung admin at yung faculty na mawawala yung team for 2 weeks.
So final assessment, Coach, coming September 24. Handang-handa na ba ang San Beda Red Lions for the ano bang season na tayo?
99.
99
tayo.
Oo. Malapit na mag-centennial, Coach.
Next year, oo.
Ano ba nung
sino
time
kaya
nyo?
ang host?
Ano yun? Nung time nyo? 70,
Sobra naman. Centennial, malapit na. 99th season of the NCAA. Coach,
yes.
Are we ready to battle it out with the best teams in the NCAA?
Yes, I think so. Based on the past 2 weeks na practices and tune-up games, I think we're pretty good. We're pretty ready.
Who do you think will be your tight contender?
Yeah. Sino sa tingin mo, Coach? Medyo mabigat.
Personally, I think ang team to beat this season is St. Benilde kasi intact yung team nila. And I think they're also the tallest. Malalaki yung players nila. So, yes, I think they're the favorites this year. Pero sabi ko nga sa inyo, ang daming ibang malalakas din na teams eh. Of course, yung Letran, hindi naman yan, isa pa rin yan sa mga contenders. And then, even yung Perpetual has shown tremendous improvement from last year. Ganon din yung Lyceum, yung JRU, yung Mapua, ang dami. medyo maganda ang season na to.
Oo. Ay, shout out kay sa sports director ng St. Benilde, si Sir Stephen Fernandez.
Oh,
shout
really?
out. Yeah, siya ang sports director ng College of St. Benilde. Coach, anybody you would like to thank, especially for this season, 99th of the NCAA in your preparation for the San Beda Red Lions?
Well, of course, gusto kong pasalamatan yung ating school officials headed by Father Aloy, our rector president, and of course si Chairman MVP for continuously supporting the team. Ganon din si former Secretary Art Tugade who still supports the team, no? And sa napakaraming mga alumni na nakaabang at patuloy na sumusuporta sa atin. Alam mo, Monty, even nung nasa US kami, ang daming mga alumni na bumisita at tumulong, nagbigay ng pabaon sa mga players. Yung batchmate mo, si Francis Cabal.
Si Francis, si Cabal.
Si Teddy hinahanap namin, hindi nagpakita pero si Francis nandun.
Ang alam ko parang nagkasalisi yata kayo eh. Si Teddy was here when you were there.
Oo nga, yes, that's right. Ano naman kami, nag-chat naman kami, pero yun nga, hindi siya nakabisita. Which is, the only time na hindi siya bumisita was
kasi magkasama yata sila ni Wowo Rosete nung birthday niya nung September 3.
Yes. So, napakaraming mga alumni ang tumulong.
Grabe ang alumni, Fry, pag sumuporta. San Beda, alumni.
Na-intriga ako when you say pabaon, Coach, ano yung pabaon?
Iba-iba. Siyempre.
Yung iba nagdadala ng food, nice. Nag-host ng dinner, and then meron din naman nagbibigay ng konting pang-shopping sa mga bata. So tuwan-tuwa yung mga bata.
Very generous ang alumni, especially in strengthening the team and supporting the team.
Matagal din kasi, Monty, di ba, nag-pandemic, so 3 years tayong hindi nakabiyahe. So medyo
nasabik sila.
Cute naman, cute.
Sobra ang international ang alumni ng San Beda. So Coach, thank you so much. And
maraming salamat.
Pala, shout out kay Gilbert Benson.
Oo nga pala.
Shout out. Ayan, si Gilbert nanonood at saka yung kanyang may bahay. Tapos magkikita tayo, Coach, sa
sa event
Bedan Nights, Bedan New Wave Nights ni Gilbert Gilbert.
Yes.
Ako yung host nila
retro music ulit.
Retro music. Coach, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Coach.
And more power to our team, San Beda University Red Lions. Ayan, ang ating team manager. And of course, our former assistant coach ng Gilas, Smart Gilas, si Coach Jude Roque. Thank you so much, Coach Jude.
I'd like to shout out also to my ADB colleagues and most especially sa naghatid sa akin ngayon. Dr. Aguilar, salamat.
Hi, Doc. Ayan. And of course, I would like to give a big shout out sa aking mga friends dyan sa nangyayari pa rin na FIBA finals. Sa FIBA Media, yung aming mga friends dyan, si Miss Carrie Johnson, na taga London, si Miss Anne Sophie, si Cheryl.
Of course.
Cheryl Abrera, ayan, big shout out to you guys. Si John from Romania. I'm gonna see you in a few days before you leave. Siya naman sa accreditation. And some of our friends in Media Pro, ayan, sila Raul Jimeno, and of course yung ating mga local organizing committee sa catering, si Miss Cathy.
Hi, Miss Cathy.
Ang mga nagpakain sa amin dyan.
Of course.
Si Miss Cathy, si Timothy, naku, pag nalilate yung pagkain namin sa setup or dun sa humihingi pa ng paumanhin si Timothy. Talagang hindi kami ginutom nung mga yan sa catering.
Natin.
Ayan. And of course, sa lahat ng bumubuo ng FIBA World Cup, from the local organizing committee, SBP, Philippine Olympic Committee, Philippine Sports Commission, the local media, yung ating mga kaibigan sa media na nag-cover ng FIBA World Cup, lalong-lalo na dito sa mga taga Radio Pilipinas 2 na nakikita ko sila from doon sa tuktok ng aking pwesto na tinitignan ko sila. Hindi nila ako makita.
Sir Aaron.
Sila Sir Aaron Bayato, Miss Ria Arevalo, yung mga nandito sa studio, sila Miss Judith Karingal, and of course our station manager, si Miss Cecil Kimlat. At of course, yung ating butihing, yung ating dalawang nasa master control, yung ating mga electronic engineers dito. Maraming pong salamat. Grabe. Alam nyo kung sino namimiss ko? Si Peter Paul Patrick Lucas. Kung nabubuhay si Peter Paul, nandun siya ngayon.
Of course.
Anyway, thank you so much, guys. And thank you, sir, Coach Jude. And of course, shout out kay Julian Lapid at saka kay Gab Ferreras. Maraming salamat.
Hi, Gab.
Wow. Ang dami pa namin gustong pag-usapan ni Friday pero wala na kaming oras. And this has been Monty Mendigoria.
And I am Friday Garma, wishing you to have a happy weekend.
Of course, happy weekend and see you all next week in another Sports Lockdown here at Radio Pilipinas 2. Good night!
Night!
Makalipas ang 45 taon,